Good morning, B-Town. Welcome back to the Bloomington Breakfast Club. I'm Gabrielle Valenson.
And I'm Lydia Knoll. Get your cups of coffee ready and come spend your Monday morning with us. We love having you.
Don't miss your weekly updates on campus news, sports, and entertainment. Plus, we have an exclusive interview with one of the co-founders of Yaz Apparel.
It's going to be a good morning and you won't want to miss it. In sports news this week, IU's Senior Associate Athletic Director, Jeremy Gray, announced that IU Athletics will be broadcasting 4 soccer matches this season in Spanish. Soccer, a sport that is internationally recognized and played, will be the second sport at IU to be broadcast in a foreign language. Men's basketball was the first sport, with their home games broadcasted in Mandarin. This soccer season, student and IUSTV soccer beat reporter Juan Alvarado will be on the call for the Hispanic production. With the recent success of the men's soccer team, the athletic department feels as if this will bring excitement to share with the Hispanic community, students, and alumni. Jeremy Gray stated, "Soccer is a global game, and Indiana University has a proud history of greatness on the soccer pitch and commitment to internationalism." You can access the 4 games live on iuhoosiers.com. That's all for sports today. Gabby, what's in the news?
Have you ever wanted to have lunch with an Emmy-winning filmmaker?
Who wouldn't, Gabby?
Honestly, yes. Well, on Friday, September 27th, you can. Martha Foster will showcase her work during a luncheon at the IMU. Foster is in charge of the nonprofit organization Living Earth Television, and during her luncheon, she will show clips of award-winning contemporary Chinese documentaries that Living Earth Television is altering for broadcast on the PBS World Channel. Email the University Club or call 812-855-1325 to RSVP for the luncheon. Students may attend the event for free. In other news, students can now buy food from the infamous Kirkwood Avenue restaurant Nick's English Hut with their meal points. Last Wednesday, Wells Quad opened up Good Body Eatery, which not only features yummy food from Nick's and the chocolate mousse, but also is a zero-waste facility, the first of its kind here on IU's campus. The compost will go to campus farms and will be used to grow produce. Good Body Eatery's plates are made out of grass fiber only found in the Midwest. Look out for Good Body Eatery's grand opening on October 2nd with a live band and free samples. In lighter news, come along with me to a hidden gem just 20 minutes outside of the Bloomington campus. Let's just say there's a lot of popcorn, movies, and parked cars. Take a look. I am here at the Starlight Drive-In Theater in Bloomington. This is a great place for students to get away from campus and do something a little different and enjoy a nice movie outside. It has been a family-operated and owned business since its opening in 1955. I am here with the manager, Amanda. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. So tell us a little bit about the history of Starlight.
Okay, well, it opened in 1955. Brent Barnhart's the owner. It's the 4th owner of it. He owns 3 other indoor theaters, and basically he wanted to purchase this drive-in to preserve this Monroe County treasure.
How do you feel Starlight positively affects the Bloomington community?
I believe that a drive-in is a place to get away with friends or family, and you get 2 movies for the price of 1 most nights, and you can come here and hang out before the movie, and that's all I got.
That's perfect. It's so cute in here. Thank you so much for having us. This is so nice. I'm gonna go grab some popcorn. It smells so good. I'm Gabrielle Valenson for the Bloomington Breakfast Club. There's always tons going on in the celeb world and pop culture in general.
Yes, and we have a lot to discuss today. We bring you our 4 most unnecessary updates of the day.
Oh yes. So, okay, Dancing with the Stars. How do you feel about that, Lid? Do you watch?
Love Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Not a regular watcher, but we'll catch it whenever I can.
Right. So Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey, you know, husband wife, they are both competing on different teams with another husband and wife duo. I don't know. I feel like that would be very interesting. You know, to be there at the competition and then go home and have to be normal. You know what I mean?
And have to be normal.
I don't know. So
also very fun though. Good bonding
so
experience.
Much fun.
Hanging out with each other the whole time.
Yes. Vanessa was
Could be
saying
fun.
that it's nice because they both know what they're going through, and they
Right.
can both discuss it and enjoy it together. It's like a
Very
nice
true.
bonding experience.
Very true.
Yeah.
In other news, Keeping Up with the Kardashians had their 10th anniversary this past weekend. If you didn't see the promo that
Oh
Kim
my God.
Kardashian tweeted, did you see it?
I saw it.
Of course.
Oh, yes.
It touched a little bit on several of the iconic pieces of Keeping Up with the Kardashians all the way back to the first season in 2007. Things like Kris Jenner wearing her Chanel on the plane. Things like you have Kendall at the fashion show.
Right.
Kylie speeding along in her Lamborghini, like,
Kim being
the
late.
usuals.
She comes on really late. She, that was so funny. And
Yes, that was funny. She walks in, she's like, I'm here now.
yes,
You're like,
classic.
Always running late.
Oh
but-
my goodness. And I can't believe it's been 10 years. It's crazy. Yes, but in other news, Salma Hayek encourages fans to help Mexico's earthquake victims after donating $100,000, which I love when, celebs get involved with causes like that and show that, they are very successful people, but they still want to give back to their world.
Totally. Reminds me of J.J. Watt's funds also for the hurricane.
Yes.
Because that
Exactly.
was made huge attention on Twitter.
Yeah,
Lastly, and quite the most unnecessary of them all,
I think so.
the Dad Bag Fanny Pack that honors the dad bod. If you haven't seen these, just Google it. You'll understand what I'm
You'll see
saying.
it.
It's literally a fanny pack that resembles a little dad gut, So you have that all natural looking dad bod,
Yeah.
but it's also useful. You store some things in it, right? Like, why
and
not?
you can detach it when you want. So I think that's the best
There you go.
part.
You can go back to not having your dad bod afterwards.
There you go.
Whatever works.
All very unnecessary.
Right after this promo, stay tuned with us to meet our very special guest that we have in studio today.
This is The Toss-Up, where we take a look at some of the topics facing the world of college sports and give a little bit of history behind some of them. We're not trying to change your mind. We just want to dive deeper into the topics that keep you tuned in to the teams you love. The Toss-Up, airing every Sunday during the 2017 semester.
Now it's time to introduce our very special guest in studio with us today. He helped launch a large apparel company right here out of Bloomington, Indiana. With over 60,000 Instagram followers, the company has gained national attention by being worn by people like professional athletes, upcoming artists, as well as seen in the comedy film Consult and Conquer. So welcome the co-founder of Yaz Apparel, Dong Kim.
Thanks for having me.
Hello.
Thanks for joining
We're
us
so
today.
happy to have you.
I appreciate it.
We're gonna have a great time. You're gonna show us what's going on here, what's new, what's next. But before we get into that, I just want to ask you about when you were approached by Josh Yaz. What were your initial thoughts? To start this clothing revolution.
So Josh Yazian actually came to me sophomore year. We were actually in Spanish class together, and so that's how I met my business partner. When he first approached me, I was a little bit skeptical because there was so much competition in the clothing industry in this country and around the world. And so I was just, a little hesitant until I actually went to the bar that night. And, people all across were basically saying, you know, how they loved this photo shoot that I had, which I had with Josh. And so that kind of sparked an interest early on, and that's when I kind of realized the opportunity that I had.
So when he first asked you to come on, were you guys handling absolutely every part of the business aspect, and how exactly were you balancing all the different jobs to do?
So our business is really unique because our business is fundamental on this kind of yin and yang theory. Josh is such a great artist. He's such a good drawer and just just everything artist-wise. I, on the other hand, I can't draw. I'm more of the business side, and I just know the numbers and all that stuff. So it's really nice because both our strengths kind of come into one, and you know, we really collaborate with everything that we do. And so currently, you know, we are just two college students just running this whole business. We just contract, you know, manufacturers and all that type of stuff.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what would you say, you know, have been your biggest struggles as a co-founder of this company, and you know, everything that's happened with People's Park? I know you guys used to go there a lot. So, you know, what has changed and struggles?
I mean, I think being a co-founder in a company that in an industry that I didn't really know, that was probably the toughest struggle. I know Josh and I, when we first started Yaz Apparel, we slept in a $25 motel in Compton, California to try to save money. And every day we'd be going to the fashion district in LA and, you know, trying to just learn more and more about the industry. So I'd say that was for sure the hardest. But, you know, this market and this world is ever changing. And just like, you know, there have been changes in People's Park, our, you know, plan and our business model has to change as well. And so now we're starting to kind of look into these bigger cities to donate our clothes, like Indianapolis and Louisville and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Really cool. So as you design some of these clothes, walk me through the process of Josh creates a design, you guys decide to make it into a piece of apparel. How does all of that come to be a piece like this here?
Okay, so Josh actually is the mastermind of all the designs and all the coloring. Once he gets a design and once we find that it's fit with our numbers and stuff like that, he sends them over to me where I check them and I say, you know what, this might work, this might not work. And basically from there, that's how we start. And then obviously from there, we get in some arguments and, you know, being like, this is going to work, this isn't going to work. But, you know, at the end of the day, we always know it's for the company and the betterment of the company. And so we always try to choose designs and colors and all that stuff, you know, to better ourselves, basically.
Right. So I know you mentioned before how you were in, you know, Compton, California. You guys went out there. So you spent a summer in LA. You know, you're a biology major and business minor. So, you know, going into the fashion industry, you know, what were, you know, it must have been a lot different than what you were used to. Like what?
Yeah, so I get that question a lot, like why I'm a biology major and how it fits. I'm a huge science guy, and I think that, you know, science is a backbone of business. And so, you know, we have this certain way of these science guys where we have a hypothesis, we test it, we have data and all that stuff, and that's basically the same thing that we did with the Yaz Apparel. We make clothes, we make designs, but we also have a lot of research and experiments that go behind it to test whether it was a success or not. And so I would say with my background, I think of business a little bit differently, and I've really managed Yaz Apparel differently because I'm not the average, you know, business student who just came out of college. I'm a kid who kind of, you know, we experienced it, we've done it, and we've, you know, been hands-on with it.
I love that. I think that's a very unique take, like you said, on the business aspect of it.
Thank you.
That I haven't heard before. Do you plan to continue pursuing your biology major, and what are you going to do after college now that you have this whole business to run too?
Exactly.
I mean, Josh and I have always had this mentality for Yaz Apparel. If it succeeds tomorrow, that's great. But if it fails tomorrow, that's great too. Because at the end of the day, we've learned so much from Yaz Apparel. We've traveled internationally, we traveled across the world, and you know, it's given us so much experience to the point where, you know, it's done its time. And if it fails tomorrow, that's great. But if it succeeds, that's great too. So it's kind of a mentality of, you know what, let's just keep working and let's just keep doing it and let's just see where it takes us. You know?
I love that mentality.
Very entrepreneurial.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. And then you guys have been endorsed, you know, by celebs and social media influencers, and tell me about that. Tell us.
So last year, 2016, we actually had the blessing to sponsor one of the biggest music festivals in Europe called the Broadfest.
No way.
And through a Broadfest, we had the Chainsmokers there, Marshmello, OKX, Nightmare, all those big EDM artists that basically endorsed us because, you know, they loved our company. They loved that we were the giving back clothing company and that for every item that we sold that we actually donate to the homeless. And they are absolutely thrilled with that.
That's awesome.
So you mentioned this giving back campaign. Talk to me, where did that start? How did that come to be?
So it first started when I kind of got on board of Yaz Apparel. Josh and I were actually going to Chipotle, obviously, best part of it.
Why not?
Yeah, to get some food. But then when we were walking through, we actually saw People's Park, and it was just it's really just saddening, and just really just heartbreaking. But you know, I knew that within my company we had a power to help people, and that it wasn't kind of a want to do it, but it was kind of a need to do it. You know, because I've come from a really blessed life, and I've come from amazing opportunities in my life, and it's kind of my little way of giving back. But you know, it's not the biggest thing or the smallest thing, but you know, it's still an effort to, you know, try to make Bloomington better, because we are a company from Bloomington, and we want to give back to this community.
Yes, I agree. Moving forward, what is down the road for you guys?
I know that this in a couple weeks we're having our spring line. Or fall line, I'm sorry. I know how hot it is right now, and so we're waiting a little bit, because this spring line, or fall line actually is going to be all hoodies. Because you know, that's what everybody loves about our company, is our unique hoodies, and like how basically if you walk with them on in public, people will literally turn their eyes and look at you.
Yeah.
And so we're really waiting for that, and so I'm really excited for these new designed hoodies, because they're going to be extraordinary. They're going to be crazy, and I can't wait for it.
No, I'm excited. I'm like, oh, I want to see them.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
gonna be
gosh!
great.
Can you show us what's going on here?
Yeah, what do we have here in front of us that you brought with you?
So Yaz is kind of like a little branch of Yaz Apparel. It's basically Yaz spelled how it's supposed to, and then backwards.
Okay.
If you can see it. So it was just kind of like a nice little project that we had, and you know, Yaz is strictly jerseys and all that, and so you can see, you know, basketball jerseys, hockey jerseys. We had some baseball jerseys as well, but you know, this is what we made last summer.
Okay.
And
the material is so nice.
Yeah,
Like,
it's awesome. I love it, because you know,
really well
you
made.
can actually go out and play basketball in it. It's actually
They're like legit.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, love it.
Oh, that's so
I
fun.
know you guys are very active in the Greek community. Are these pieces that you are trying to sell out to some of the Greek houses?
Oh, absolutely.
You guys do that all the time.
Yeah, I know that one of our business models is you know, being in the Greek houses and dominating that, you know, that market. And so when we go there, we absolutely sell these types of products, but we also sell products, you know, specifically for that sorority or fraternity. And when they buy something, we actually give them a free article of Yaz Apparel, because you know, it's kind of our way of giving back to the Greek community, and always giving back to our community.
Right.
Very cool. I'm gonna show some of these off here.
Yes.
Which ones are your favorites that we have?
Look at this.
I'm a huge
Love
Yaz
that.
of the Golden State and the LA Lakers, you know.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah.
So
I
that's
really
kind
like
of the San
this.
Antonio
I like
Spurs
that a
look.
lot.
This is so fun.
So is
what
this
type
like
of jersey is this?
So that's basically hockey
hockey?
jerseys,
It's
and
hockey,
the
that's what I
basketball
thought.
jerseys are completely different. Yeah, but the material's very good.
Yeah,
We've really put a lot of emphasis
love
on
it.
you know, quality over quantity.
Yeah.
At first, when we were in Compton and we were learning all this information, you know, people were always saying quality over quantity, but you know, because we were so immature and we were so young and we were so driven to, you know, start this, we always had quantity first, and now we've kind of had a switch where, you know, let's focus on, you know, how well the clothing's made, and let's focus on how, you know, if you put it on, it feels amazing, you know.
Right. Thank
Certainly.
you so much for coming on. This
Absolutely.
was so
Thank you so much
fun.
for having me.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
of
of
course.
course. And you know, discussing this business that you guys have created, it's a big deal.
very impressive.
It's so impressive.
It really is. You guys should be very proud of it.
We're just
Yeah.
taking baby steps right now, you know. We're just two college students just giving it the good old college try, you know what I mean?
Fair
you
enough.
go.
It's been a hell of a try.
Hey,
has
yeah,
been.
thank you so much.
It's been really great.
Of course.
Yeah.
And what a great cause that you guys are giving back. We definitely will continue to support you as you go
Totally.
forward. And with your fall line coming out, I think we're going to have to check it out a little bit.
Oh yes.
You guys can check it out as well at yazapparel.com and place your order on some of these goods as well as the new fall line coming out so that you can rep the awesome designs around Bloomington.
Yes. And join us each Monday morning for all the latest in the Bloomington community. Plus, we have really great guests, you know, come on and tell their story each week, just like Dong. So.
Don't forget to follow us on all social media and use the hashtag BTownBeFast. We want to hear from all of you guys.
And if you're interested in joining the Breakfast Club team, contact our lovely executive producer, Bryce, at breef@indiana.edu. We'll see you next week, Hoosiers.